6 and 13, 7 and 13.
13, 15 or something. Yeah, it's
No,
not.
not okay. Welcome back, everybody. Can I get a motion to go back into open session?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So I saw Tabitha Clemens join. Hello, Tabitha. We have a couple things to vote on, and then if you want to give us an update, you're certainly welcome to.
Okay, sounds great, Secretary. Thank you.
Thanks. So next on our agenda is Owsley County. I'm going to call on you, Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We've had some discussions about concerns with election administration in Owsley County, this being a presidential year. We've got the primary coming up on May 21st, and then the general, obviously, in November. We've got a couple statutes that allow the board to take various courses of action. One of them is KRS 117.020, and that statute says that the State Board of Elections may declare a county to be a pre-clearance county for election purposes when that county has a history of voter fraud, non-compliance with election laws, or voter complaints about the integrity of a particular election. We've got outlined here in a letter that I intend to send to the Owsley County Board of Elections, including the county clerk there, with a finding of a history of non-compliance with election laws that includes last year's general election, but dating back to 2020 as well. And just to put those out real quick on the record, KRS 116.045 parenthesis 3 states that in all counties, the county clerk shall receive registrations, transfers, or changes of a party affiliation at branch offices at any place in the county during those periods that the registration books are open. And as of today's date, the number and the age of pending voter applications in Owsley County are grossly out of compliance, and they're also unparalleled amongst the other counties in the state. KRS 117.085.5A states that the county clerk shall transmit a mail-in absentee ballot to the voter who is eligible to receive a mail-in absentee ballot within 4 days of receipt or within 4 days of the ballots being available. Roughly a quarter of Owsley's 2023 general election absentee ballots were sent to voters after that 4-day statutory turnaround. KRS 117.035 states that the County Board of Elections shall meet as follows. During years in which a primary or regular election is scheduled, the board shall meet at least once every month and may meet more frequently if necessary upon the call of the county clerk chair or upon written agreement of 2 or more members of the board. It's SBE's understanding that in 2023, a year again in which we had a primary and a regular election scheduled, that there were no bi-monthly meetings of the Owsley County Board of Elections as required by the statute. 2 of our administrative regulations, 31 KAR 4160 and 31 KAR 6040, require that counties submit emergency election contingency plans and election and voting equipment security plans in years that there are going to be elections. Owsley County has missed submitting these various reports in various years dating back to at least 2020. We also have various statutes that require submission of post-election reports to SBE. And since 2020, Owsley has again routinely failed to turn in a complete set of reports. As a matter of fact, in 22 and 23 in the general, they submitted 0 reports. So based off of those 5 findings of non-compliance with the election laws from 23, 22, going back to 2020, in some instances, I would ask for a motion from the board to declare Owsley County a pre-clearance county under KRS 117.020.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Is there any discussion?
If I could we include in the motion that we delegate authority to the executive director of the Board of Elections to take actions necessary to uphold the requirements of the pre-clearance law in advance of any meeting that we might have otherwise?
It's a friendly amendment, Julie. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. So the next item we have, I'm actually going to defer that for just a moment and go back to item number 3. So in the brief time when we first convened and voted, and then up to now, we have come into some new knowledge about Hardin County's plan and the feasibility of it. Specifically, the clerk in Hardin County just learned that one of the 2 locations, 2 vote centers for that special election is not going to be available. And the clerk has a contingency plan. And so instead of the Boundary Oak Distillery, it's going to be the North Office for the clerk as the other vote center. We didn't have that, and the clerk unfortunately hadn't been able to reach us prior to us voting on the plan that we previously had submitted. And so what I would propose that we do is that we amend our prior approval to reflect the amended proposal by the county clerk and go ahead and give him authorization to move forward as amended. Can I get a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, so all we have left on the agenda is to note our next regular meeting is 10 a.m. on February 20th. And I want to welcome Tabitha Clemens and give her an opportunity on behalf of the County Clerks Association to address our members. Hello, Tabitha.
Hello, thank you, Secretary. I appreciate the opportunity. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you. We have been busy at work for the 2 retired clerks on the call. There's a lot of jealousy from clerks right now that you're retired.
I'm
If
hearing
you've
that
been
a lot from my county for sure.
I'm sorry, what was that, Julie?
I said, I'm hearing that a lot from my county for sure.
Yeah. For those of you who've been following in the media, the county clerks have definitely been under quite a bit of stress from the CAVIS implementation that's statewide. It started back at the 1st of January with the transfer of files, and we've been overwhelmed on the motor vehicle side of our office with customers and with working out bugs within the system. So you probably haven't heard a lot from us. The state board is probably breathing a sigh of relief a little bit. There's not a clerk calling every 5 minutes, but that's all about to change. We are hard at work with our county election plans. We're looking forward to getting those submitted later this month to you by the deadline. And I know that there's internally still a lot of conversations going on about what those election plans will look like for the presidential election. So I think that you'll see counties adapting to knowing that we're going to have more voters showing up for the presidential election, and hopefully you'll find those plans to be adequate to serve our voting population. We're also following quite a bit of legislation. We've been working with the Secretary's office and with the State Board of Elections, just reviewing bills and trying to stay in communication about bills that are making their way through the legislative process at this point. I anticipate, as probably many of you on the call do, that we're going to get ramped up here in the next few weeks with more bills that we'll see moving as the session progresses with the long sessions. So some things that we're excited about in the Clerks Association that we have coming up. We are in Frankfurt for a meeting on the 15th of February where we have invited the State Board of Elections to provide training. We're appreciative that the state board staff attend a lot of our trainings, and we're looking forward to having the Secretary's staff at a future meeting. I know that we have some things on the books already. So it's a brief update. Just keep your county clerks in your thoughts and prayers as we're navigating this new system, because it is a little bit stressful right now.
Thank you, Tabitha. Any questions or comments for Tabitha?
Well, I've always been one to sing Tabitha's praises, and the Clerks Association, of course, it's all the clerks combined, but Tabitha, you're doing an amazing job. I just want you to know that. And you even made the newspaper down here in Western Kentucky, so. But you're doing a good job, as all are the other clerks.
Yes, they are. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, I think we've completed our business for the day. And so with that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No. Ayes have it. Thanks, everybody. Got a lot done today, and we'll be in touch.